Let's talk about setting goals. Hi, my name is Kamryn and I'm a competitive chess player, content creator, and writer. Now, I'm not the kind of chess player who is like a child prodigy and spent my whole life playing chess. I taught myself totally from scratch when I was in my last semester of college in 2021. And less than 2 years later, I reached a rating of 2,000 on chess.com, which put me in the 99th percentile of players on that site. Reaching that milestone was a goal that I set, and I put in the work so that I could reach that goal. Chess has given me this goal-setting framework that I've used to continue to improve my chess skills and also in other areas of my life. And that's what I'd like to show you today, breaking down the 5 different kinds of goals that I use, why they're important, and how to actually reach them. So the goals that I found to be most effective are performance goals, process goals, internal goals, learning goals, and event goals. Performance goals are the external facing ones, the most observable and objective and measurable. For me in chess, this was hitting a rating of 2,000. If you've heard of SMART goals, those are the kind that belong in this category. They're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. In a class, this might be a specific semester grade that you're aiming for or your overall GPA. In a professional setting, it might be something like a promotion or acquiring 50 new clients by the end of the year. A lot of times when people are talking about goals, performance goals are where they stop. But the truth is there are a lot of achievements that are just harder to measure. A lot of goals have aspects that are just outside of your control. You might design a cool logo or put a lot of work into a presentation, but your professor or your working group or your boss just doesn't like it. You might apply to a job, but the only things that you can really control are your application, your resume, and your interview. You can't control the other people who apply or how the hiring manager might be perceiving you. So we also need goals that we can control. That's where we have process goals. These are the smaller steps that really outline your schedule to reach that longer term achievement of a performance goal. So for me, my process goals are literally just my daily schedule. When I was in my most intense period of studying chess, hoping to reach 2,000, the time I spent on chess was 3 hours a day. 1 hour was devoted to doing chess puzzles, 1 hour was devoted to playing and analyzing games, and the last hour was devoted to openings and endgames. At this point, I was working full time. I started to take graduate classes online and was also trying to have a social life. So my schedule during the week was 9 p.m. to midnight for chess stuff. So if you're in school and say your performance goal is to hit a 3.75 GPA, you need to set aside the specific hours outside of class that you're going to devote to homework and studying in order to reach that specific performance goal. And something I found really helpful is just setting alarms on my phone. If you're setting goals at work, you need to make sure that you're blocking off the specific time you need to make those calls, send those emails, design the products that you need to reach that performance goal. And this is where self-motivation and self-reflection become very important. Every day is kind of a yes or no, did you complete your process goals? You should be consistently asking yourself, are you actually putting in the work and doing the things that will propel you forward? Getting into that good routine will help you eventually reach those milestones. And you can be flexible. If the routine isn't leading to any noticeable results within a month, you can try switching it up. So next we've got internal goals, and these are really about mindset. In chess, these are really important because so much of the game is psychological. These are the goals for how I want to be thinking when I'm actually playing a chess game. So this year, for example, a lot of my goals are based on my real over-the-board official tournaments, and so my internal goals are patience, concrete calculation, and confidence. And these are all aspects of just staying focused, which is obviously really important when you're playing chess. Now, I know this might all sound a little corny, but I promise this is how successful people find success. It's really all about mindset. So I'd encourage you to find the negative thought patterns that are holding you back and try to set some internal goals to reverse them. Maybe you have a bad habit of procrastinating your assignments. I've definitely been there. A good internal goal might be to have a mindset of if it's not early, it's late, to force yourself to work ahead so that you can be submitting your best work. Maybe you're applying for jobs and as you're filling out these applications, all you can think about is how you're so underqualified and there's no way you're going to get this job. That will come through in the application. You've got to have some confidence in yourself to prove that you deserve the position that you want. Next, we have learning goals, and these are setting the specific things that you want to learn, not because they're on a syllabus or part of a job requirement, but just because they're interesting to you. So one of my learning goals for chess this year is I want to memorize at least 25 full games. Nobody's making me do this. There's not even really any evidence that this will necessarily help my chess improvement. It's just something that I find interesting because master games are always really fascinating. So these are the kind of goals that really help you stay self-motivated and always moving forward. Maybe you're interested in something kind of adjacent to your career, like coding or marketing statistics or public speaking. So you can set your goal to increase your understanding of a topic or get even more specific or specialized into that topic. There's a lot of room to experiment with these learning goals, but again, the important thing is that they're exciting to you. And then finally, we have event goals. So in chess, this is where I list the events or the kind of events that I want to attend in person throughout the year. It makes all the work that you're putting in behind the scenes start to feel very tangible and real. In non-chess life, this might be things like office hours with each of your professors, extracurricular organizations, career fairs, or conferences. Bringing the things you're working on into the real world and making those community connections are so important in everything you do. So this is a great place to set that goal for the specific events, or at least the number of events that you'd like to attend over the next couple of months. I hope this was a helpful breakdown of the different goal categories that have helped me delegate my time over the last couple of years. The way I reached my chess milestone was by setting that goal in the first place. So I'd encourage you today to take the step of writing down your goals and then putting them in a place that you will see them every day so that you can hold yourself accountable. At a certain point, it really has to be you that's motivating yourself and actually putting in the effort. And I know that once you have that self-discipline, you will be able to achieve so many great things. If you have any questions or just want to follow up, please reach out over email. I'd be happy to chat. I'm rooting for you. See you soon.